I'm sitting chatting with the ladies from the knitting circle. Reenie's going on about that Mediterranean cruise again. Holiday'd do us the world of good, she says. It's all right for her. David, her husband, has got a nice pension, as she's always keeps reminding us. Val and Mira seem up for this cruise idea and all, but I don't say anything. I can't justify spending the bit of money I've saved up all over these years on a cruise. Besides, I've promised that money to my great nieces and nephews. Shame, though. A bit of sun would do me the world of good. Later that day, I'm sitting eating my lunch when the post comes. That postman gets later every day, 1:30. It's mainly bills, gas, phone, a reminder about the boiler repair. A postcard from Cousin Reg. Dear Jean, the weather here in Seville is glorious. Seems everybody can afford holiday except me. And there's something else marked urgent. So we open it up. It's from something called Supreme Competitions. It's probably rubbish, so I just quickly read it. Important information. Certified winner. Respond within 10 days. It seems that I have won £10,000, first prize in their annual prize draw. Seems too good to be true, especially as I've never heard of Supreme Competitions. Although I did enter a few crossword competitions in TV Quick a few months back. It could have something to do with that. Postman catches me in the front garden. I'm on my knees pulling up weeds when he sees me. Morning, love, he says, though it's way past midday. Just the one for you today, and he hands me a letter. I sit on the bench and I notice I'm out of breath. Those weeds have really taken it out of me today. I open up the letter. It appears to be from some sort of clairvoyant fella who says that a large cheque is on its way to me. This news may surprise you, and you might even be sceptical, but I had to act after sensing your big win. I believe this amount will be just what you have been hoping for after the recent situation you have faced. Now, normally, I would assume that this is some kind of a joke, but it does seem a coincidence after that letter from Supreme Competitions about the £10,000. The recent situation you have faced. That must refer to the boiler breaking down. That repair bill was extortionate. But how could he know about that? Mind you, I'll always remember Sandra Graham. She swore by psychics. She said that a clairvoyant told her that she would get married for a second time after her first husband was hit by a bus. And she did. I go back into the house and search for the original letter. I'm worried that I might have thrown it away, but eventually I find it underneath a pile of cardboard recycling rubbish. I quickly scan it again. Have I missed the deadline? I best fill it in quick. If I post it first class, I should be all right. Maybe I'll be going on that cruise after all. Reenie calls round about 3:30 with some knitting patterns. I make her a brew and we go and sit in the front room. We've been worried about you, she says. We haven't seen you at Knitting Circle for a few weeks. I can see her looking at the boxes piled up in the corner. It's just a few bits from the catalogue that I've been ordering, I say. Most of it is free gifts that they send. Reenie smiles. I've been ordering stuff from this catalogue that's also running a free prize draw. Ever since I got that letter from the clairvoyant, I'm feeling as though my luck is really changing. Maybe I can win the catalogue prize draw as well as the Supreme Competitions money. Which reminds me, I need to send them another £30 so that I can receive the prize cheque within the next 14 days. Rini laughs. You'll be needing an extension for all this stuff you're getting from the catalogue, she says. Later, when she gets up to leave, she turns to me and she says, Are you all right, Jean? You seem a bit anxious. Not quite yourself. I'm fine, I say. And by the way, count me in for that cruise. When she's gone, I go to write the cheque for Supreme Competitions and I notice I'm down to my last cheque. I must remember to go to the bank tomorrow and order a new chequebook. Which reminds me, I need to send off my catalogue order. If I spend over £50, I'm in with a chance of first prize in the prize draw. Maybe I can buy Val something nice for her birthday. There's a knock at the front door. I'm upstairs, so I peer down through the corner of the curtains. It's Rini and Val. What do they want? I'll pretend I'm not in like I did when Mira called round earlier in the week. I can see them looking in through the windows at the front room. Rini's pointing out all the boxes piled up in there. They knock again, but they eventually leave. I make sure they've definitely gone, and then I go downstairs to make a cup of tea. I forget I've got no milk. In fact, the fridge is looking pretty empty. I really hope that prize draw cheque is going to arrive soon. I've spent so much recently that I'm a bit short for the weekly shop. I look at the clock. 10:30. It's going to be at least an hour or so till that postman arrives. I really hope he's going to bring that prize draw cheque. I sit, waiting. Eventually the letterbox goes. There's a lot of post today. Surely that cheque's going to be in there somewhere. What's this letter? It's from the bank. Dear Miss Sloane, we are writing to inform you that your account is over its authorised overdraft limit and has been for 7 days. Goodness. And I desperately need to pay that gas bill. I've had 3 reminders already. And there's that bill for the boiler repairs. They're threatening legal action. Maybe if I write to them and explain that that prize cheque is on its way, they'll understand. Same with the catalogue people. I can't afford to send them any more money this week. I'll write and apologise. Besides, they're going to announce the winner of the prize draw soon. I must be in with a chance. I've spent too much money to give up now.